Hey guys, working on the car, and I wanted to spend more time on it, but I was busy most of the day today. Anyway, I got the right rear quarter window motor back in, regulator and all. And anyway, if you haven't put one back in, it's easy to get, well, it's not easy to get them out. It's pretty straightforward, but putting it all back in there, it takes a little bit more time. But now that I've knocked out the right one, I think the left one will go a little bit faster. Anyway, I'm very pleased. I used the same motor and all that, had grease on the tracks and all, and was able to just clean everything up and put it back in. It works 100% better. This one was really slow, but I got my power on and I got a switch hooked up, so we will give it a shot right here. And see how fast that goes down. Goes up nice and fast also. Anyway, I'll run it back down about halfway. But I've got it all cleaned, all the tracks, the cams, the guide. Actually took the guide out, and you got a down stop right there. And I was just looking at that. It always has a little bit showing over the back. And I lowered it just a little bit more than it was, because I would rather have nothing there, but I think you need it to catch a little bit on the scraper seal there. So anyway, I'll run that back up. But everything in this car is solid. It's 163,412 miles on the car itself, but it's solid. And just to show you, this is the left one. I went ahead and took off that panel. You can see, maybe you can see the dried grease up in the cam there, and but we'll clean that out. And the way I do it is I use steel wool WD-40 and hit it 2 or 3 times, and I have a steel brush, and then I'll hit it again, and then I'll spray it with lithium grease, and then I'll actually cake some lithium grease back up in there. Anyway, you can see this one, how this is going to be a little bit slower. This one wasn't too bad. So it's not that bad. I'll run it a little bit back up. See, they struggle. This one over here would get to a point, it would creep up, and then it would take off. Well, not take off, it would go up. So I'm gonna do the doors. And while I have everything out, I'll align everything. You've got lots of points up here where you can shift it forward and back and in and out. And you've got, like I said, you've got a down stop on the guide, the 2-channel guide there. And I'll do the same thing with the door. The door looks like it needs to come back and tilt in a little bit. So once I get into the door, I'll do that. I noticed with the glove box out, because all these panels have been painted, with the glove box out, you got nice light up in there to work on the AC stuff. Transducer, power, servo, your wiring, vacuum hoses. And I don't know how much I'm going to get into that, but I got a car show in less than 2 weeks. So, anyway, I'm playing in my Coupe DeVille, and you see my new lights I've got installed. And I like the Fleetwood style, but I'm just trying to go back a little stock on that. And the armrest I was really pleased with. So what I've got to do, I got to put the right quarter back in, all the trim. Oh, and I bought, you're supposed to seal that pan up. So I have some Rust-Oleum leak seal rubber coating that I'm going to spray around there. I think that'll be good to seal everything up with. And anyway, that is it for now. I'm having fun out here in my Coupe DeVille. Later. Just one other thing to point out. I went by the shop manual, and it's pretty much spot on. Of course, there's nothing like putting your hands on it and doing it. But I did want to point out, it says to lower the glass to about halfway down to get that the cam out, because that'll you get the rear cam and then the bottom cam off, and then the glass will come out. But anyway, to get that to both of these screws, there's a screw here and a screw right there. You actually have to lower that glass probably about 2/3 of the way down. It's more than half. So shop manual's a little off on that. But anyway, you can see how everything's sealed up here. And you don't actually have to take that stop there out. But the rear cam, the bottom cam, and I'll actually take the guide out to get that cleaned up because it actually had grease in it, dried in grease. And I had one other thing, very handy thing to have is, excuse the noise, is a mirror. If you need to see down in something to work behind, you gotta have a mirror. And anyway, I always have, and of course I love the lights like that with the flex necks on them. I've got a couple with the rigid necks, and I like these. These you can set exactly like you want. And I actually had one on top of the car facing down. So that's it for now. No more video. I got a lot of work to do. Out of here.